Hey y'all, it's your girl Bella BB. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome back, nieces and nephews. I know it's been a long while, but Auntie has been busy and I'm going to show you a little bit more about that very soon. I am you done said this the last time that you disappeared on us for 3 months, but I'm rejuvenated now. I've had an epiphany now. Things are going on now. So I am not going to make this a talk through video. I just kept saying the latte makeup all over TikTok and stuff, and I felt like I needed to come out of makeup retirement. I have something going on later today that I am making content for, and I'm just getting back on the ball game with getting these videos going for y'all lovely people. So make sure that you hit the link to subscribe so you can see what's gonna go on in this week, because I got 3 videos that's coming out this week for sure. But let's get into this makeup look. So getting into it with this primer, I have a Jacob Black hydrating primer right now, something nice and moisturizing after I have a nice clean face that's gonna keep my makeup lasting long. Ignore my little silky scrunchie with my little dingy ball hair. Okay, I got a new hair video that's about to come on next. Now let's get into these eyebrows. I got my NYX micro thin pencil in espresso. It's a classic. Before I start applying the highlight and conceal, which is just a shade lighter than mine, I'm using the Tarte Tape Shape concealer. And don't worry if I'm moving a little too fast, guys, because I am going to leave some beautiful descriptions on where you can get all my makeup products below. I'm using this Real Techniques concealer face brush just to blend out all of that concealer. I'm not doing any super crazy highlight because I'm not a big highlight fan for too much, but I do like to add a little dimension to my face. So I am just concealing any of that hyperpigmentation and then concealing my under eye so it's nice and bright and don't look like I'm a busy lady who be working a whole lot and looking tired, child. So then I'm just gonna take a shadow to fill in my brush. I'm using my Espresso. I always use that MAC warm palette, and I'm using the color Espresso to fill in my eyebrows with a little short angled shadow brush. Essentially, I always take an angled shadow brush to fill in my brows when I'm gonna use a nice little powder to do so. Then I'm just gonna comb that with the spoolie from my NYX micro shading pencil, and then I am going to brush those out. I'm looking a little fluffy, taking a little dance break before I actually carve that eye out, you know. So I'm gonna take that Tape Shape and I'm gonna take an even smaller flat concealer brush, and I'm just gonna go under there and get to shaping that eyebrow, like really cleaning it up under my eye. You see I'm doing that on the other side as well. And I'm just gonna take that face brush again just to blend out that under eye concealer. And then I'm gonna add my foundation now while I'm at it. So I'm taking one of my favorite, and I actually got this brush from a beauty supply store. It is such a dense foundation brush. It was only $5, synthetic, doesn't absorb my product, and it's just so dense and it's angled, so I can just really push that foundation into my face. So I'm taking my L'Oreal Matte Finish foundation. I wear like a color 308.5, by the way, and then I'm just putting that all over my face and taking that face brush again. I'm taking that little angled Real Techniques facial brush, and I'm just going to carve out my eyebrows at the top with the remaining of my foundation. I'm not just going to use a regular foundation brush because I want more precision on the brows. Then I'm taking my Ultra Fade. This is my Maybelline Fit Me finishing powder. I'm about a color 25 or 30, and sometimes a 20 if I'm really pale in the wintertime, but right now I'm at a 25. So I'm just using that to set under my eye and the highlighted parts of my face before we go in with more depth. I'm not gonna contour to the end, so ignore my face right now if it's looking crazy. We're gonna get that Just Peachy Too Faced matte palette. Now, if you are a makeup OG, you know about this palette. This is from way, way, way back in the day, child. Okay, so all I do is mix my favorite 2 colors, the Fresh Picked and the Peach Punch, just to blend a little bit into my crease so I can get that nice smoky peachy latte look. Okay, it's gonna warm up my brown because I'm more of a warmer undertone, I feel like, and I want to warm up my lids, or I at least like my face to be a little warmer. So I'm warming up the lid before I add my brown latte color. My brown latte color, that comes from my favorite Amrezy palette. Yes, the Amrezy by Anastasia Beverly Hills. That collection was legendary, and that is why I'm always going to the OG and New Yorker color when it comes to putting some brown on my lids. And then I'm even going to take a smaller shade brush and go underneath my eye and smoke out that under eye with those same colors. So this is a blend of New Yorker and OG from Anastasia Beverly Hills, one of my ultra fave beautiful pink glittery palettes. Okay, and remember I said we would go back to the bronzer. This is the City Bronzer from Maybelline in the color 300. I love how warming it is. It's like comparable to that MAC warming bronzer that I would usually wear. This one might be just a tad darker, a tad warmer for me. I could go a little lighter, but I'm liking adding the depth. It really does make me pop, and I know how to balance it out with my finishing powder, which you'll see at the end. So I am just going in with like a little short dome brush to bronze the perimeters of my face, my chin, my cheeks, and then I'm even gonna take a smaller eyeshadow brush and go in depth all the way down my nose and onto the creases and the crevices of my nose, just to add that dimension for a Photoshop auto filter look. And then I'm going to take my finishing powder from Maybelline Fit Me, and I am just going to push all of that on top of this, and it is just going to give me that airbrush filter effect. It is going to blend all of this face together. You see it. You see it. I'm taking a little angle brush and I'm going to get real in depth so my nose has that little snatch. Okay, it is a snatch, but I don't want it too dark. Keep in mind, this is a real dark bronzer, so I like a very natural snatch. So I'm gonna go back in with my face brush so I can filter that out. I'm even gonna take a pressed pad that I use to put my pressed powder on, and I'm just gonna keep pressing that out until it blends. And now you can see like it's giving you that photo finish, very contoured look, and I really love that. For me, I love touching the outside of the nose, and I'm just in depth. I'm just in depth. You can see I contoured. Okay, now to add a little color. Now I'm using my Morphe palette, and this is an old brush palette that I broke. You see how bad I broke it, and so I'm taking that Morphe palette that's awfully broke, and I'm putting MUA on the cheeks, spraying my face with a little NYX, the dewy, and that is giving latte, baby. It's giving latte. So I'm using the Dragon Beauty Lip Job Lip Liner, and this is a nice little, just a warm, cute brown for the fall. I've got a Maybelline lipstick on. It's this beautiful taupey, gives me this soft, dewy, satiny finish. I'm gonna add lashes, and this is gonna complete the latte look, baby. And if you wanna get into this curly side bob, you gotta watch another video for that. And you know I did the other video for that, so you might as well go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, leave your comments, questions, and concerns below, and holla at your girl later. In the meantime, in between time, it's your girl Bad Aunt BB, over and out. Bye.